It's time to bundle up. The weather's gotten really chilly, and I'm sporting my bucket hat by Wyeth. I love it. I wore it tonight. I took it off. Every time I wear these hats, somebody said, "I love your hat." I wore the Eric Javits black rain hat to the Baylor Macaulay game, which of course we won. Just in case y'all didn't hear that Baylor won. And I was on my way out. Kyle was like, "Mom, can't believe you're wearing that hat." And this friend of Kyle's, who's a little older, stopped me and said, "That is the best hat for rain." And I said, "It is. It's great." So this is a bucket hat. I'm going to take it off. I'm not going to guarantee what my hair looks like, but it is what it is. So we just came back from eating at the boathouse. And, of course, the parade of boats was on the river. And they were all brightly colorful with all their Christmas lights. And they all head down to Ross's Landing or up to Ross's Landing. And then there's a fireworks display. And usually we go and the kids go. And sometimes we've met my cousin and his family there. But I know my cousin Lawton is on the mountain. And Kyle and Jess are not here. They're in Mississippi. So it was just Vince and me. And we saw the Brodies, Michael and Nancy, and then Liz and her two daughters came. They sat at separate tables, but I'm giving you way more information than you need, I know. So sorry about that. I started a video earlier today, and I had terrible internet or service, Verizon service. We are still waiting on a booster that was supposed to be here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and we have terrible service, Verizon service, and our neighborhood is just really bad. So let me share with you what I'm wearing, and then I'm going to probably sit down and do nothing for a little bit. So this is a shawl. Now, when I was bigger, shawls are not always the fat girl's friend. If you're trunk heavy, they're not. If you're butt heavy, they are. Because you're thinner up here and sometimes it's kind of a diversion of your butt. Well, I'm definitely trunk heavy, but not like I used to be. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm enjoying wearing a shawl. You can do so many different things with this shawl. This shawl is by Pretty Persuasions. It was not pricey at all. It feels like cashmere, but it's polyester, I'm sure. And I love the color. It's the blue. It's my favorite blue. I'm going to call it blue steel because that's the color of my loafers and my handbag. So I have this Ralph Lauren top and corduroys that I put on today to wear, and I thought, oh, I need something. So I decided to add blue to it. And Lizzie Fortunato jewelry, earrings, and the stacking bracelets that I always wear. Now, my idea was, because I knew they'd have the heaters on at the boathouse, and my britches are a little big. They're a 10, but they're not a petite. I usually wear a 10 in Ralph Lauren, but I usually wear a petite. So I've been kind of pulling them up today. And I know some of y'all are thinking, yeah, tuck your shirt in. I don't know. I just didn't tuck it in. I just didn't. So, but I had this really nice coat that I thought, well, if it's really cold, this is a coat I purchased last year from, I have a shoulder that needs a little attention, from Splendid. I haven't been wearing my Splendid stuff a lot this year yet. I probably will pull some out tomorrow. This is actually a size medium coat. And it's very, very, I don't know, it's nubby like, but I just like it. It's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. I think it's a pretty coat. I'm sure it's supposed to be an oversized, but I don't love oversized coats anymore. So my thought was, if it got really cold, I could do this. Yeah, I'm still, and then, you see they're all their scarfy stuff, shawl stuff, and then, you could do your hat, and then if it's really cold, you're ready to roll. I don't love this. I would probably just, I don't know what I would do. I'm still learning. I'm in the learning phase of a scarf. I'd have to channel Mary Kilbride. I could do, the Scottish, the Scottish thing, and just give me a pen and in here, or like the Beauty Queen. But my idea was that I definitely would be warm enough. Or I could do so actually I would probably just do it like this, it would, and then I'd be sweating. so, but I do love this coat. It's just, and it really goes great with this, Ralph Lauren sweater, and these are corduroys. Now, yes, they are rolled up. I don't love it. I'd love to have them hemmed, but I don't think I want to spend the money to have them hemmed. If they were petites, they would be the perfect length. But I couldn't find them in the petites last year. So, okay, so this is Splendid coat. And it is made from, and I'll tell you in just a sec. Oh, I had too much food. I have not eaten that much in a while. Let's see. This is dry clean only. Polyester. Viscose. I guess that's it. So this is polyester. The outside of the coat is polyester, but it's, like I said, it's real nubby. It's really cute. I'll show you. You can see up close. It kind of looks like a sheep skin. And then my handbag is my favorite, Stuart Weitzman in the blue steel, and then I have the loafers. And then, hold on. I'm seeing all this stuff. It's cat hair. Oh, I'm getting the cat scream Monday, and it can't come too soon. Okay. Debbie Faust, my word. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, what is this hair doing? Good Lord of mercy. I had that barrel hat on, and it was just crazy. I hope you're doing well. It's good seeing you on here. And these glasses, everybody loves these. I think they're too big for me now. I think I need to, I don't know. I like them. Jewelry is Lizzie Fortunato, as I said. And I love this. It's just the blue agate. So, we can talk for just a second. My cousin says, this is my therapy. Well, I'll take it. Okay. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. Okay. So, what seems to be the problem? I hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. Actually, we had a very nice Thanksgiving last night. I'm taking these off. I started out at, I don't know, yesterday morning. I had a good prep day, except for my dadgum cornbread. I told y'all on that video the cornbread was overcooked, and I knew it was going to affect my dressing. And it did. Now, everybody else was like, oh, it was so good. No, it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't so good. And so when you overcook your cornbread, and it's the basis for your dressing, what do you think the problem could be? What does cornbread taste like when it's overcooked and the top and the bottom layer is dark? Not golden, but like, I'm not going to say burned, but burnt. But it's definitely cooked longer. It has a bitter taste to me. And so I could not get rid of that bitter taste in my cornbread dressing. And I tried like crazy. And I still kept thinking there was something not right about it. And that was it. I should have just made a whole new pan of cornbread and thrown that away. I will do that next time. So I was prepped before yesterday, which is a good thing. You should always do that. Had my cornbread made. I had my turkey. Let me tell y'all, I did a dry brine on mine because I'm lazy. And it was the best turkey I think I've ever made in the ever how many years I've been cooking Thanksgiving. It was a fresh turkey from Publix, not frozen. And I had a hard time finding one because most all of them were hard, kind of like they were still frozen. So the cute meat guy came out and I said, help me. I need to find about a 13-pound turkey that isn't frozen feeling. And so he came out and we found one that I could get a little movement, but it was still pretty hard. So I get the turkey out yesterday or day before yesterday, and I was going to do a dry brine, which means you have to cut the turkey, slow connection. This internet's driving me crazy. And then you pat it really good so that it's not wet, and pat it with paper towel. Don't ever wash your turkey. You don't need to unless it's still frozen. And I will tell you, the sack that contains the giblets inside the cavity was still kind of frozen in there. So I did run some cold water, which is fine. You can do cold water, but not hot. And it finally loosened up, and I pulled it out and put I guess it was my liver and my gizzard in a Ziploc bag. But it says to put the turkey, after you pat it, you make sure you have it on a rack. I don't know why I didn't go ahead and get my turkey roaster out and put it on that and put it in the refrigerator. I'm dense, but I will next time because I have a really nice turkey roaster. But if y'all could see the amount of salt that I threw in that turkey and around and on that turkey, it was kosher salt, which I always use anyway. You would have thought I was preparing for a stroke, somebody for a stroke, because I used a lot of, it was, like I said, kosher salt. And I mean, I'm tossing it in the cavity and I'm rubbing it around and I'm putting it under the skin. And nobody likes raw fowl or raw turkeys. I'm just, So, flip it over and, make sure I do it on the other side and put it in the refrigerator 24 hours. And I'm going to tell you what, that turkey was juicy. That turkey was, nobody had to put a bit of salt on it. Now, I did rub butter on it yesterday when I got ready to put it in the oven. I did rub some butter, and I made a mistake. I thought, I'm going to rub some softened butter on it. Well, what happens to softened butter if it's being rubbed against a still cold turkey? Well, it gets kind of coagulated on your hands. So next time I'll do what I always do, and that's I'll melt the butter and just let it go on there, and it makes almost like a little glaze on top of the turkey. So I was prepped, and I mean, the day went along so smoothly. Nobody bothered me. I was in my own little vein of work. Got my congealed salad done, everything. Everything was done. And Frances and her older sister Lynn and Frances's son-in-law, daughter, and grandson came, and Mark Ramsey. And I was ready at 11 minutes after 6. I was dressed and ready. Everything was ready. All the hors d'oeuvres were out, which for me, y'all, is a pretty big thing because y'all know I'm all over the place sometimes. So we had it was a great meal. The dressing could have been better, but it was a great meal with family. And Frances and I have always been very, very close. She is my Aunt Wita's youngest daughter of the 3 children. There's an older son, Zeke, who is 81, and Lynn, who is 78. I think that's right. And then Frances is 75. But Frances always went on vacation with us because I'm an only child. So now she's living here in Chattanooga, and Lynn has been here staying with her since her husband passed October 22nd of ALS. So, did I do Black Friday? Somebody sent me a message. No. I just don't. I will tell you, though, what I did do. I went later on today. I thought, okay, I'm going to get out. I've been home all day. I didn't go to bed till I fell asleep in the chair for maybe an hour. And then I woke up and I thought, I'm getting the rest of this stuff cleaned up. I talked to Suzanne Gibson, Debbie. I talked to Suzanne today, and she said, I just don't like to go to bed with a dirty kitchen. Neither do I. And I did have a few things soaking in the sink, and I got those all cleaned up. Everything was done, and I think I finally crawled into bed around 3:30 or 4. And I slept till about 9:20 and got up today and unloaded the dishwasher and, did the same old. But I got to send home some pretty nice leftovers that Frances and Lynn were going to enjoy today, while Frances's daughter is and her family was at the Georgia Tech game. Yes, they're big Georgia people. Like I said, Vince and I went to eat at the Boathouse. It was delicious. I had fried shrimp. I got a shrimp po' boy, and it was really good. I don't know, just enjoyed it. Did I do Black Friday? No, I didn't. Let me go back to that vein of thought. I still think I'm tired. I had seen a green sequin blazer at TJ's in the young men's department. I know. Only Wita. And I thought, I'm going to go back by there and see if they still have them. And they did. They had one in every size but an extra large. And I put on the medium first, and it's so cute. Then I put on the large. The large hung off the shoulders. It buttoned better in the middle, but I got the medium today. So I'm thinking tux pants and a white tux shirt. And I can either do some really pretty jewelry with that, but see, to me, that coat just screams craziness. And so I found, sorry, I almost dropped the phone, some Betsy Johnson. It's this row with these light bulb things hanging off of it and the earrings. So I'm going to see if I can put that together. The sleeves need to be hemmed on the coat. So I'm going to take it tomorrow and see if I can get those hemmed. And then I found a pair of pants by Zara. I'm not even going to tell you how much they were. They were so inexpensive, but I haven't tried them on yet. I think they're going to be too big in the hips. I think a very narrow fitting pant is going to look best with that green jacket. Just a very tailored. And like I said, I've got a white Ralph Lauren tuck shirt, women's tuck shirt with a cotton piqué inset. I think that's going to be it. Shoes, I don't know. Maybe just some black. I've got some cute black suede, kind of dressy, pointed-toed booties that are real, real dressy. I don't know. I'll get cross that bridge when I come to it. And then that was pretty much it. I came home and we went to eat. I hope y'all enjoyed the day. I think I'm fading. I think I'm coming down with something too. My voice is real. I feel like, oh gosh, what was her? Tallulah Bankhead. You know, she used to have that very deep voice. And I feel like I could play her in some remake of her life. Oh gosh, y'all. Well, thanks for tuning in. And I love this weather. I love the cool weather. I'm not going to lie. And I love Ralph Lauren. I wish these pants were a 10 petite, but they're not. So I may have to just belt them, or I may have them put some darts around the waist. And I think I'm going to get comfy and cozy and see what I can watch on television for a bit. Taking all my Thanksgiving stuff down tomorrow and Sunday. Yes, I'm going to start decorating for Christmas. I kind of dread it, but it's going to happen whether I want it to or not. So, I know what I need to tell y'all. Oh my gosh. I had a friend ask me, because I did date men who were younger than me at some points and times in my life. Call me a cougar. I don't care. But anyway, I now know why I did. Not my present company excluding my husband. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about in the dating days. Susan Wilson, you know what I'm talking about. And Terry, you too. So, Vince, I drove, and Vince, I said, I was parked right up against the building at the boathouse, and there's a wall there. And there was this Jag that was backed in. Oh my gosh. And so I was walking to my car, and this weird man with a hat on. Of course, I had my bucket hat on. I guess he thought we were separated at birth or something, or we were soulmates. But I said, don't worry, I'm not going to hit your car. And he rolled down the window. He said, I know you won't. And, you know, he kind of had this weird pervy look. I thought, oh, Lord. Yes, he was older. He was just, I don't know. So I get in my car, and he gets out of his car, his Jag. Now, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And I've always loved a Jaguar. I rolled my window down. I said, thank you, or something. He sticks his head in my car window to kiss me. Oh my God. Now, I don't guess he saw Vince standing on the other side, because Vince is so tiny, you know, he's a little bitty thing. He was out of the way. Yes. And I said, okay. And I rolled my window up. No, he said, drive safe, darling. And I rolled that window up. Oh my gosh. He had a ponytail and a hat on. And I thought, no wonder I dated younger men. If that's all there is in my age range, if anything were to happen to Vince. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. Well, anyway, that was my excitement for the evening, y'all. So on that note, I am going to sign off, because I'm sure there's some of y'all thinking, Lord have mercy. I guess the old gal still got it though, doesn't she? Not really. I wouldn't even think that way. I love y'all. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.